welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to show you 5 ways to survive in a people-driven workplace if you're an introvert and you're just trying to do your job. It's really hard to pretend like you want to be somewhere when you actually don't, but it's even harder to pretend like you're sociable when that's not who you are naturally. And it's okay, we're all different, but there are ways to make this process easier if you're shy like me. So stay tuned and let's get into it. Before we start, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. I make content for introverts, feminine ladies, and millennials, and a lot of other stuff. Still nailing down that niche. Number 1, when you first get there, try to make one-on-one connections a priority, because the more one-on-one connections you have, the better and more confident you're going to feel in a group setting when y'all have meetings, when y'all have to be on the floor together, whatever the job calls for. Then it's going to make it easier because you have alliances and you have people who are looking out for you and stuff. The other thing is, it's probably easier for you to interact one-on-one anyway. Yeah. It's harder for me to get to know people in a group setting or to even like pretend like I want to be there when it's a group setting. Go ahead and get those one-on-one connections going, and that's going to help you as the work week moves on. Cool. So number 2 is to ease yourself into the work gradually and don't force yourself into doing things you're not comfortable with. When I was working for a small physical therapy company and I was their desk assistant, I would force myself into really chatting up the customers and really doing what I thought was being asked of me, you know, and being overly social, and I made myself super uncomfortable. So, you know, don't be extra. Just do what's needed, do what is needed, and keep your eyes on the prize, and absolutely don't do anything that you're not comfortable with yet. Unless, here's the thing, if your boss says you're not talking enough to customers, you need to talk to them more. Do it gradually at your pace. And if that's not good enough and you're getting reprimanded or something, maybe that's not the job for you. But if it's a healthy work environment and you can ease yourself into things, do that. Anything that causes you stress, trauma, or dreading coming to work, probably not a good idea. Number 3 is to always look, smell, and feel your best when you're going to work. Okay, so I don't know if this is just me. Leave a comment down below if you can relate to this, but my introversion and my shyness is 10 times worse when I don't feel good about myself. Like, if I'm hungry or tired or I haven't had my coffee, I'm so much shyer, and I have less patience for people who want to talk to me and for socializing as a whole. So to avoid this, make sure you're taking care of yourself. Be hydrated, be awake if coffee or tea is something that you indulge in, or just get a good night's sleep. Make sure that you're setting yourself up for success, because I fully believe that a part of being an introvert is biological. Have certain hormones surging, the good hormones like serotonin, that we are 10 times more likely to have a panic attack or be nervous around people. Number 4 is to practice. I mentioned this in my last video if you want to check that out up above, but practicing talking to other people just in your spare time will help you do it when you have to do it at work. And I think it kind of works both ways, because when I was working at the mall and I had to interact with people every day, all day, not a game, all the time, when I left work, I was actually more social and everything. And I was exhausted, don't get me wrong, but I felt like it was a habit. I would talk more, just automatically. Or say hello to the person who's sitting next to you on the bus. You know, just practicey type things. My other video, Boost Your Communication Skills, I give you a ton of actionable steps on exactly how to engage others in conversation. My next one kind of goes with my first one, which is forming alliances within your coworkers. I want you to find one of your coworkers that just seems to have it right. They love the job, or they like it pretty much. They're really good at it, and they're extroverted and sociable. Find that person and have a conversation with them on how they maintain that, because you'll find one of your coworkers that just seems to have it right. They love the job, or they like it pretty much, they're really good at it, and they're extroverted and sociable. Find that person and have a conversation with them on how they maintain that, because I guarantee you a lot of people, because I promise a lot of people who appear as though they're super social and extroverted are actually not. They just learn how to function. I happen to be one of those people, at least in public setting. Nobody can tell that I actually am freaking out and want to go home and get under a blanket and watch Grey's Anatomy. They think I want to be among people all the time because I know how to function. So ask that person and see if they can level with you and kind of show you some tips and tricks on how to find your success on that people-driven job, because there are a lot of them. I think it's crazy how that's the first thing you see on job applications is must thrive in a people-driven environment. And lastly, a bonus one, is to accept yourself the way you are and don't just feel like you are not destined to have the job that you want because you're quiet or because you're shy or you prefer to be to yourself. Because everybody deserves the job, the career, the dream that they absolutely want, no matter what their demeanor is, as long as they're a decent person. I used to really just hate being an introvert, and I always thought, well, this means I'm gonna be jobless, lonely, and end up living with cats. And none of that has happened. I mean, I do have a cat, but none of the other stuff. All right, y'all, thank you so much for sticking with me in my video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment if you relate to anything. And I will see you in the next video.